thân mến,
Hãy cùng chào đón hai câu lạc bộ Công an Hà Nội và Buriram United. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Công an Hà Nội and Buriram United.
Very good evening to you and welcome to the ASEAN Club Championship Shopee Cup. This, of course, is the Hangdae Stadium. We are coming at you live, and this is the biggest event in ASEAN club football. The cream of Southeast Asia have got together here today, and it's been a grueling couple of matches through the group stages and then, of course, the knockout stages. But here we are, the two finalists. As home team, Công an Hanoi of Vietnam will play host today to Buriram United of Thailand. We're looking at the Vietnamese club, who currently sit at about 5th in their domestic table, up against Buriram United, who are kings of the domestic league in Thailand. There is a catch to the situation. The first time these two teams met, it was in the opening stage of this event way back in August, and it was Hanoi that got the better of Buriram United. Stay with us as we take you through the action. We'll also get you acquainted with our lineups for the day. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, just to introduce myself, and I'm going to be with you right till the end of today's game and for the game in Buriram. It's going to be an electrifying atmosphere here today. Keep in mind the fact that we've got a couple of greats in there, a couple of seasoned footballers. We've also got the big men behind the clubs, including Nevin Chichop, who's here, the lad behind Buriram United, who took it from a good club to the best in Thailand. All that coming up for you in just a little bit, but first up, let's also get you acquainted with our men who really matter, the officials. Stay with us as we take you through the action. Now, let's not forget, for Công an Hanoi, it'll be Nguyen Philip, the goalkeeper. He'll be joined by Pendan Quang Win, Witao, Leo Arthur, and LPT Long. There's also going to be the captain, Nguyen Quang Hai. And don't forget that one of the key parts is that Leo Arthur is back in the side, along with Loan Do and Quang Hai, the captain. And they form a very good attacking team who will sit right behind Alexander Alan Sebastião. For Buriram United, it's going to be Chachai Butprom, and in defense he'll be joined by Pansa Hembi the captain, Tirathon Bunmatan, Curtis Edward Good, Chai, Dion Johan Chai Cools, and Kom Yong Sok. In midfield, of course, we've got Lucas along with Peter Zulj, who will play a key part. We saw how important he's been right through the tournament. In strike, we've got Guilherme Bissoli Campos along with Supachai Chaidet. Two very different styles of football that we're going to be looking at here today. Công an Hanoi play, of course, we'll get to that later. They play a very balanced game. Our main referee is Kim Hee-gun. He's being assisted by Park Sung-jun. And Kim Hee-gun, of course, is from Korea Republic. Park Sung-jun and Cheon-jin Hee, the assistants, are also from Korea Republic. Our fourth official is Tonik Munir Katiri, and for VAR, of course, we've got Taki Al-Jafri of Singapore and Kim Yoo-jung of Korea Republic. The VAR video assistant referees, they always are very, very important, especially when you've got those appeals coming in, especially when there is something to be settled. And I think, initially being a traditionalist, I was quite against, that kind of play. I always thought human error was great, but actually it settles a lot of worries, and VAR is so important. So, more power to the lads who help out with that in every game. Alexandre Polking, the coach of Công an Hanoi FC, He's a very, very wise man, was humble in victory, no boast, but he knows he's got to take this game as an all-new game, in spite of the fact that he knows that his team got the better of Buriram United in that opening stage. But he's not being complacent, and that's good. That's Osmar Los Vieira, the man in charge of Buriram United. A lot riding on the coach's shoulders. Now, don't forget, of course, that Công Hanoi have been a very, very strong team at home. We'll run you through the bits and bobs as we get through this game, but first up, let's also remind you, it's been a fairly humid day in these parts, about 72% humidity, 29 degrees Celsius. It isn't the kindest of weather, so our lads on the pitch will have to really, well, to sound cliched, they'll have to weather it out. Having said that, they are no strangers to any kind of weather, and you know that, well, these professionals will thrive even in the rain. Well, looking to get started with the game, here's Lucas Crispin. He has been the danger man when it comes to a lot of the clubs outside Thailand, and we've seen what he has been capable of. So, was just saying this earlier, Công Hanoi do play a very balanced game. You know, they have strong defense, they've got strong attack. Buriram United is an out-and-out electrifying attacking team. Not saying they don't have great defense, but even one of their best defenders, Thirathon Bunmathan, is great for setting up attack. And we've seen what he's done in Japan with the J-League clubs. We've seen what he's done, you know, in Thailand. We've seen what he's done with the national team. Let's also look at, well, Vietnam's Le Van Do will be one of the players to watch out for. And it's into the first leg of the final right here at the Hangdae Stadium as we get started with Công Hanoi FC matching wits with Buriram United of Thailand. The home team, of course, Công Hanoi, have been a very, very impressive, well, outfit. And here's the interesting part, just in case you didn't know. Well, Công Hanoi are playing with the black shorts and the red jerseys. And as for the lads from Buriram, they're playing with the colors they're best known for. Now, this is another lad who's been at the peak of his powers in the domestic league in Thailand, Chachai Butprom, and how his performance stacks up against Nguyen Flip of Công Hanoi. That's going to be a big one. Expect a lot of changes here. Great attacking force also with Công Hanoi. As I said earlier, one of the key players to watch will be Le Van Do, and not to forget the goal scorer in that game against PSM Makassar, Boy Huang Viet An. So a lot of lads can, you know, put their best foot forward when it comes to scoring. And I do believe both the teams will proceed fairly cautiously to start with. I don't think Coach Paul King is too happy about, well, his lads just settling in. I think he'd want them to really go for the goal as early as possible in the game. They are a team that can do that. So that's picked up safely by Chachai Butprom. It was a very different event if you had to watch how you know, these games panned out. For, well, Buriram United, they pretty much arrested, you know, or confirmed their participation in the finale after they won 3-1 against BG Pathum United, and that was in the first leg of the semi-final. Now, you know, two Thai clubs playing against each other, and then they replicated that with another win against their Thai club. You know, their Thai rivals. We'll tell you about that in a bit. Also keep in mind the fact that Công Hanoi had to earn their win. They went down to PSM Makassar in that first leg of the semi-final, but they came back in style to win the second leg, and that was really, well, a well-earned victory. So it wasn't easy peasy for them, you know, as they got into it. So it's been interesting so far, and I think one of the good things to remember is that there's been good participation. Well, clubs from Australia and Timor-Leste weren't involved this time, but the 2024-25 Shopee Cup, it's been such a revelation in more ways than one. We found some great talent in here, and talent that we don't really get to see on a day-to-day basis, you know, but just to see these lads come out and put their skills on display has been fascinating. So I'm not going to run through the group stages, but let's remind you that it was PSM Makassar that finished second and BG Pathum United that finished first in Group A. And they, of course, clashed with Group B's Kongan Hanoi and Buriram United. Now, interestingly, it's only the Group B teams that are here in the finale. Kongan Hanoi finished top of the heap with 15 points from 5 games. They had 5 straight wins, and the first time that they fell was in the semi-final to PSM Makassar before coming back to win it anyways. Buriram United picked up 10 points from their 5 encounters. They had 3 victories, a draw and a defeat. They did have to earn their stripes, let's not forget, but things changed when they got to the semi-final. So here's how it panned out. PSM Makassar, you know, on aggregate falling to Kongan Hanoi 2-1, and at home, as I said, the Vietnamese club are very strong. Buriram United, on the other hand, well, did win 3-1, and then they drew or played out a goalless stalemate in Bangkok at well, the Pathum Stadium. So it was an entirely different event. Very well fought encounter, but all said and done, here they are, these two teams. First leg of the final today, 21st of May, the second leg. Bit of a loose shot in there. Really trying to, you know, gain a bit of ground. And that's, well, Hugo. Vitor Hugo. Around, it's Sasalak. Played a key part in that game against BG Pathum United. 65% accuracy for Kongan Hanoi, and well, I'm just going to say it's a bit early in the game to be really looking at that, but it's very important because that kind of sets the tone for what you can expect in the game up ahead. Picking it up from the center, here's the captain, Nguyen Quang Hai. He's got across to Allen. Not the strongest move there, but I think Nguyen Quang Hai, well, he is getting this body started. He can lead by example. We've seen that in the previous game. He's got a few skills. Lovely side pass there earlier. Bit of give and go. Just wasn't entirely in control of that strike. But he can make the difference. And living life a bit dangerously here, Buriram United. Well, keeper Chachai Budprom does get a bit of backup. But having said that, I think Allen just a bit too close for comfort. I think one of the good things is that you know, Kongan Hanoi really boosted by the presence of Leo Arthur, who's been you know, quite a pillar for them when it comes to the ASEAN Club Championship and even for their own domestic pursuits, you know, in the domestic league. Laden will be kept away from it, but it's Long who just manages to push it. Well, if you didn't know what LPT Long is, his full name is Lepong Tan Long. Works essentially as a midfielder. Very good with his distribution skills and versatile enough to fall back in defense. His new in flip. There was a point of time, you know, in the game when none of us could have actually, well, besides looking at VAR, none of us actually could hear the audio. But sometimes you can actually hear the coaches nowadays. And it's very interesting because, you know, each coach brings an entirely different strategy forward. And, well, Boy Hong is not too happy that he's been accused. It's Lucas. He did get one to the back of his leg. I think that's a decent call by the referee. But it is a high-profile encounter. Remember, Thailand and Vietnam have a very strong, you know, very competitive kind of approach to this game when it comes to, you know, football. And it's something that we've seen over the years. So they do play very strong against each other. They bring out their best, and expect that today. Kind of akin to what you would see when Malaysia plays Singapore, when Malaysian clubs play Singapore clubs. It's an entirely different level of... It's an entirely different fever altogether. And that's picked up safely. No worries here for Nguyen Flip. The ball just lying loose for a little bit. And this is the part where I think each club will have to look at those opportunities that present themselves. The fact that Công and Hanoi have been very, very strong at home. The Vietnamese club have won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1 in their last 5 games. They are unbeaten at home in their last 5 with 3 games drawn and 2 victories. Don't forget that they, well, when we're looking back at this, you know, very, very event, which is the ASEAN Shopee Cup, we have seen that they have been very, very strong as well. They have won 6 and lost only 1 game in their campaign. They're unbeaten at home in their last 3, you know, Shopee Cup matches. And Leo Arthur with 4 goals and Lavando with 4 are the top scorers for them in this tournament. Well, currently they sit 5th in the VIE League. And in the previous game, of course, it was Hugo Gomes and Boy Huang who scored against PSM Makassar. It's back to Nguyen Philip. Defender. Let's not forget that well, Buriram United have won 3 of their last 5 games. They've drawn 1 and lost 1. And the game that they, of course, fell was to Al Ahly in the Asian Champions League. That was 3-0. Now, away, they haven't traveled too well this year. They have 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw across all contests. Looking to make a few inroads in here. There might be something! But strong defense there by Sasalak as he stands in the way. Lavando was eyeing his opportunity. He's a very good talent, actually, Lavando. Very stylistic, well, athlete. Picks out his opportunity as well, but it's going to be a corner opportunity now, and that's going to be better for, well, Công and Hanoi. Just saying, Buriram haven't traveled too well. They've got only 2 draws and 1 defeat in the ASEAN Club Championship Shopee Cup. That's just knocked away. Well, any kind of defense will do, but for Vitao, he'll be keen on any kind of strike. Defensive work there from Buriram United. Opportunity will be taken by Lavando. Well, we're barely about 13 minutes into this game. There haven't been too many Well, heart-stopping moments at either side, or that's going to worry the defense of either team. But you know one thing for certain, that these two clubs mean business. There's no doubt about it. Here's Lucas. Just slip it to Sasalak. Sasalak was looking for Basoli. Got Supachai Chaided right up there in front. Matan slips it to Peter Zulj. Peter Zulj, the number 44, got to keep your eye on him. Can be the architect of a lot of attacks in this game. And what I do love about him is that he plays the entire length and breadth of the field, of the pitch. So essentially, Zulj really works as purely as a midfielder, but he's fantastic in defense. I've seen him live. Very good talent. Decent enough clearance. I did say this earlier. Just got to keep your eyes on Nguyen Quang Hai. The captain leads his team. That's what he does. Tirathon. Unable to pull that away, and Kongan Hanoi just beginning to look very dangerous here. Nguyen Quang Hai slipping it to the left. Was looking to provide, but that delivery is not going to shake any feathers. Having said that, Nguyen Quang Hai will still dare to receive it. Now Lucas will pull it away. 36% possession for Buriram, 64% for Kongan Hanoi, and 4 attempts and goal for the home team. Tells us a bit of a story, but keep in mind the fact it's just 15 minutes. So Buriram United will take a bit of time to get settled, but the plan is very simple. Alexander Polking's men are not really letting the Thai club settle down. They have, well, come in with a plan, and well, there's a bit of a story behind that if you didn't know. Polking knows the Thai style of football extremely well. Now, although each club is different from a national side, Polking was the coach for the Thailand national team, and he led them to ASEAN Championship victories in 2020 and 22. He's coached many of the key players on the squad, including, you know, Tirathon Bunmatan, who's been, you know, one of the main players in the national squad. And he only moved to Vietnam to take over Kongan Hanoi in 2024. So he's got an extremely good understanding of what many of the players in Buriram United possess in terms of skill and in terms of gameplay or mindset. Having said that, as I said earlier, you know, Coach Marlos Vieira, the new coach, would bring an entirely different well, mindset to the team, and you know, whatever is his plan will be put into place. Just got a glimpse of Hugo Gomes. It's another solid defender, can be intimidating to the strikers from the opposition. Jason Kwong Win. And at the other end, we've got Dion Johan, Chai Cools. Very interesting talent, the number 11 of Buriram United. He's actually a Malaysian fullback or centre-back. Was born in Sarawak, raised in Belgium. His dad is Belgian, his mother is Malaysian. He played for the Belgium under 18, 19 and 21. Then moved to represent Malaysia. Oh, beautiful setup, and what a goal! Absolutely marvelous setup there. And Kongan Hanoi have got the lead here. It was a terrific assist without just breaking it down past the defenders. That is the slickest pass that we've seen in this tournament. And all it needed was execution. And there we have Leo Arthur back in business as he's knocked in, well, his 5th goal of the tournament. It's 1-0 Kongan Hanoi. Absolutely marvelous strike. This was so needed. And I do believe that Buriram United now will have to rethink their strategy. Oh, that just split the defense. Got to get a good look at that again, but I don't think, well, this is what was expected. Now just take a look at that as we break it down. Oh, those passes are just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. First, Nguyen Quang Hai, the captain, was just saying this. He gets the party started, and then that beautiful pass, just sidestepping it to his teammate Wee Thao, and that finish from Leo Arthur. Oh, this is as clinical as it can get. As clinical. 1-0 Kongan Hanoi. Buriram United. Beware here now. Oh, what a change of plans. Hawking. I do like the way that he's always got this expression of, you can't really tell whether he's angry or he's happy or sad, but you know that he's happy when he puts his hand on his chest, and he does that every time his team scores, which means, well, he's very passionate about the team that, you know, he's in charge of always. It was the same when he led the Thai national team. It's a very, very interesting coach to watch in action, and really dedicated to the cause. And here's the man who just got that ball rolling. Very, very good start here, and the home fans, of course, are excited. There's no doubt about it. So Leo Arthur now leads the scoring for Kongan Hanoi with 5 goals. And this is in the ASEAN Shopee Cup 2024-25. Strike when the iron is hot, and I do believe that's what the Hanoi club, you know, would believe. And, the one thing is for certain, that Chachai Butprom is not happy, and neither is Coach Osmar. If you didn't catch a view of that, of course, so we just saw Kim San-sik in the stands, and that is the Vietnamese national coach. Years old now, used to play for the Korean national team as a centre-back or defensive midfielder. He's now in charge of the Vietnamese under 23 as well as the main national team. Played for Seongnam Ilhwa and Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors during his time. He's managed Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors, and now, of course, in charge of the Vietnam national team and the under 23. And there's a reason why he's in the stands. We had the Thai national coach who was in the stands as well during the game that Buriram was playing against BG Pathum United in the second leg of the semi-final. And this is the area where, of course, the national coaches will pick out, you know, the main players from that country who are playing for clubs. And it's all based on their skills, because each coach, of course, knows what they want. It's put away just in time. Just looking to do a bit of damage control here. That's what Buriram United plans. Curtis getting the ball across to Pensa Hembiboon. Basoli's down, Basoli's back up, not happy about his jersey being tugged. Those things are always bound to happen, and Lucas says, it's the third time I'm down, where's the card, laddie? I don't think, well, referee Kim Hee-goon has done anything wrong. He's actually had He's had good sight of most misdemeanors. And a chance for Buriram United will go wasted there, even as Chaikuls was chasing it down. "23 minutes into this game, Kongan Hanoi still in the lead here. And I did say this earlier, you know, they've been unbeaten in their entire campaign in this tournament at home, and the only game they did lose was to PSM Makassar. Matter of fact, that was the only game they've lost in the tournament. So they've been an unusual club to watch in that sense. Keep in mind the fact that in the domestic league, they're currently 5th on the table. But if you look at Thai League 1, Buriram United defended their title again. They are also, well, looking at 2 other titles where they're still a part of it. And I think that's going to be very important. They're looking at doing a quadruple. Is it possible? Well, and that's the first strike here for Buriram United. The first effort on goal will be stopped and kept away by Nguyen Flip. Supachai, Chaidet. Oh, he's one of the best striking talents in Thailand. He's got the accuracy factor down. That was definitely goal bound. A good save there from the home team's keeper. And I think Buriram United they do know they've got to get, well, back into this game as soon as possible. They've got to restore parity. Well, with 2 legs of the final being played out, of course, the winner will be decided on aggregate. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, finish even Stevens, it still sets you up for a 50-50 chance to win the tournament. But lose in the away game, and that might be a bit of a stumbling block. So, better possession now from Buriram. It's gone up to 45%. Kongan Hanoi with 55%, but those attacks on goal have still to come from the Thai club. Behind it, Hugo Gomes just wanted to clear the danger. Can be quite the lad to, well, deal with when you're up against him. Here's Sasalak now to take the throw-in. Goes back to Peter Zulch. Hugo will knock that away. He's got a really intimidating look about him. He's actually a really nice guy. Extremely humble. It's one of the best things about defenders. They look so lethal on field. They're just regular guys off, like all of us. I think Chaikuls is trying to make a little bit of a difference here. Dion Johan did meet with resistance from Jason Wong. That's what Buriram are going to try and do. They're going to try and earn those corners, get those opportunities a bit closer. There definitely might be something in here for the visitors. As Peter Zulch will get behind it. Zulch has played an integral role in his team and their success. He's an Austrian. And that's the equalizer. It needed to come, and it didn't take too long. Buriram United are back in business here, and Curtis Edward does good as well. Oh, that's some gratitude. I was just looking to see whether there was going to be an appeal out there. It Well, it just gave me an opportunity to say that. His full name is Curtis Edward Good. Doesn't happen every day. Definitely not in football, but Curtis Edward absolutely on target there with that glance. I'm thinking whether it was just a chance, but I think he knew he had to go for it. And that position, that glance has just caught Nguyen Flip, well, totally off guard. Well, did reach for it, but that angle was tough to stop. So it's 1-1, even Stevens back again here, and this game, as I said, is a high-profile encounter, expected to be highly competitive. So just about a little over a minute left before we hit the 30, and it's 1-1 with good scoring on 28 minutes to nullify that lead that Kongan Hanoi had through Leo Arthur on 18 minutes. Curtis Good, of course, is Australian, plays as a defender. And it's when a defender comes to the party, you know, there's something special about that game. We've had that happening right through this tournament. Just looking back at Zulj once again there, involved in a goal. Peter Antonio Zulj, 31 years old. And he's an interesting lad. He's about 6'1". Honed his skills as a youth with Wells, Red Bull Salzburg and Rapid Vienna. Here's Lucas, gets that into the box, and will be knocked away. What's interesting, of course, is that Zulj is a part of the Austrian team. He was drafted in 2018. And, well, I'd say he's played for quite a few clubs, including Wolfsberger, Ried, Sturm Graz, Anderlecht. Anderlecht, of course, is in Belgium. He's also played in Turkey for Istanbul Başakşehir Football Club. He's played for Fehervar, played in China for Changchun Yatai. He has traveled. He has definitely traveled. But he's been with Buriram United, you know, since this year, and I think Buriram are actually happy to have him because, as I said, he plays the entire length and breadth of the field. Interestingly, of course, although he was born in Austria, he's actually of Croatian descent. And he's the younger brother of Robert Zulj. Zulj used to play for Hoffenheim and Bochum. Now he plays for LASK. And that's in Austria, also an integral part of the Austrian club circuit. Well, just a few words there between these two lads, and both of them, of course, very, very passionate about what they do. And it's Boy Huang who got, well, a push there from Basoli. Basoli just paying it back after a good bit of time. And while they do that, it's Bantam Long who just gets, well, the ball moving back again. 31 minutes in. It's still anyone's game to win, but the tournament will still be wide open till that final whistle will be blown on at the end of the second leg of the final. But today, it's all about who sets the tone for that second leg and who gets the advantage. You've had two excellent goals so far in this game. And for my money, the Vietnamese club's goal was just stellar. Very copybook football. An opportunity taken by Sasalak. Straight back from Basoli. Basoli, Campos. was reading up on him. He's worth about 2 million euros. And, there was a statement made in the Vietnamese, one of the tabloids, that he's worth is quite interesting, because if you look at it, his market value of 2 million euros is twice that of even Chuan Son, and reflects the level of his. Apparently he's worth as much as all the foreign players of Công and Hanoi combined. But it's, having said that, it's not always, you know, the value that makes it count. It's just that given day and the given team that performs. So yes, Công and Hanoi, they're very keen on restoring the lead that they enjoyed for about a good 10 minutes. Remember, home comforts mean a lot to them. They've got the fans behind them here, and these fans are really dedicated. Công and Hanoi trying to get ahead. Curtis Good sticks the foot out there to get that ball away. The Vietnamese club still want in. Orlando's still around. Here's Allen! And that was, well, just straight out of the blue. Alexandre Allen Sebastião knocks in the second goal. That's goal, really grabbing opportunity by the Horns as Công and Hanoi lead 2-1. Well, just a little bit of a skirmish in there. Did think that Lavando was going to go for it, but Allen just using that element of surprise. Well done. Smart thinking on the part of the Công and Hanoi striker. And Chachai Buthprom caught by surprise again. So 35 minutes in, and well, Allen provides that much needed lead, restoring the lead for the Vietnamese club. And I think that failure to clear that, Sasalak, well, just fumbling a bit there. Curtis Good was unable to get it away, and that left foot certainly meant business. Wonderfully done here by Allen. Didn't really have time to get settled in, but had to take his chance as soon as possible. But as a striker, that's always going to be what you do best. And 3 men in blue, right in front of him as well. It's turning out to be a real event here, and I'm loving it. I'm sure you are as well. 3 goals for the count, and we've still got a good 10 minutes left to go in this first period of play. What an event this is turning out to be. And I did say this, I've always said this, the ASEAN scenario when it comes to football is intense, and it's always going to be like that. It's not just the fans, but it's the lads when they go up against each other. It's an entirely different story. So beautifully done here as Allen restores that lead. Well, don't forget, we do have the halftime shoppy shake, and just in case you're trying to figure out what that is, I've been witness to it. It's a fascinating moment where there's crowd participation, and it's an actual shake. It's almost like the hippie shake, but it's pretty cool when you watch the MCs and all the fans doing it. And I do like that. I'm a huge fan of anything that gets the crowd involved. And it's really the MCs and the presenters who just do a fascinating job of that. I love it. It just keeps that fever alive right through the whole game, even when there's a small break. Witao, he's been fairly instrumental, especially down that left flank, very, very strong. Buriram United will be well aware that they have to, as I said earlier, that they will have to, well, set the tone here for what's going to come next, because finish on par and it's going to serve them well. Having said that, of course, you can't deny the fact that the Vietnamese club are always going to look at dominating this area. So 80% accuracy from Buriram United, 79% from Kongan. 6 attempts for the home team, 3 for the visitors. 5 fouls conceded by the home team, 4 by the visitors. If you just look at this year's campaign, Buriram have been very strong in the national championship. They led throughout the season, were crowned recently. I'm just going to give you the lowdown on that actually. You know, it's a very, very interesting thing. Buriram United, they won on aggregate over BG Pathum United, their league rivals. And that was, of course, on the 7th of May. But let's not forget that soon after that, they successfully defended their Thai League One title and then got the better of BG Pathum United 3-0 to reach the Thai FA Cup final. And that's after they got the better, or they played out a goalless stalemate with BG Pathum United. Now the interesting part is that they are keeping their hopes alive of 4 trophies. They've qualified for the semi-finals of the Thai League Cup. They've reached the Thai FA Cup final. They've already won the Thai League One domestic title, and they're hoping to win, or they're aiming, let me not say hoping, they're aiming to win the Shopee Cup 2024-25. So that's 4 titles. It's a bit of an overload if you ask me, but their schedule has been a very taxing one. It's been good rotation of players. On the other hand, while Osmar's side, of course, do have to work their grid out, trust the cameraman to bring out the best shots for us. Really, really good fans in the stands. But let's get back to this. So, Kongan Hanoi, on the other hand, their season is pretty much approaching its climax. They are not involved in as many, well, events as Buriram is currently. And I'm only saying this because of the fatigue factor, or the wear and tear, the travel, everything put together. So they could have an advantage. Having said that, Buriram United, well, unpredictable. They can come up with a win on any given day. It's all about how they shine at that particular moment. But it's still 2-1 here as Kongan Hanoi, well, has 1 foot on the accelerator, I'll say. Looks like we've got a casualty on the pitch. Just trying to figure out what happened, and Curtis Good is right there. Get a view of that, and it's actually the captain who's down, Lian Kong Hai. And it's a caution handed out to Tirathan Bunmathan. Well, he's a captain against captain. Bunmathan now, of course, has gotten in years. He's still very athletic. He's still very fast. 35 years old now. Works as a left back and midfielder. Considered one of the best defenders in Southeast Asia. Known to be versatile, great technical skills. Can distribute, contribute effectively. That was the moment. That was really smooth. Didn't really catch it, but that's your experience as the defender. Now he can play offensive as well as defensive, take set pieces. He can score from free kicks, corners, passing shots. The first Thai player to win the J1 or the Japanese League with Yokohama F. Marinos in 2019. He's also played for Vissel Kobe in Japan and Rajpracha Mongthong United in Thailand before. So it's a very, very interesting career that he's had. 105 appearances with 7 goals for Thailand since 2010. And his total games for Buriram have been 291 with 20 goals. So he is the pillar of the team, actually, and a really exciting player, along with you know, other lads like Chanatip Songkrasin. Really very, very exciting footballers to watch. Vietnam, of course, has their own players like Huai Huang and Levando. Oh, that's defensive moves being put up here. It's Thirathon who does get a foot out earlier, but this time Curtis good, making sure that there's no chance of the home team getting too close. Chaikuls will take the throw-in. That's Dion Johan Chaikuls. Basoli just wondering why he was called for it. Well, there was a bit of there was physical contact, there's no doubt about it, intent or not, and I think that's a decent call by the referee. Just getting back into action there. Once again was Lepam Thanlong. Here's Hugo. Pulled away by Levando. Steps into his captain. Quang Hai. Getting back to Long. Long to Hugo. Hugo looking to get that through, and Azulj there with one of the strangest ever intercepted moves that I've seen. Vietnamese club in the box there. An appeal, but the referee's going to let that through. Yes, Lucas. Started to Basoli. Basoli's pass intercepted. Keep in mind the fact that you're just about a few seconds shy of hitting the 45 here. Allen takes that through. Does not meet with too much of resistance. 4 minutes of added time. That's what we've got in this first half of play. Didn't have too many stoppages. Nothing that was really too harsh, but a few misdemeanors here and there. Having said that, 4 minutes of added time. Fans have been excited. They know that Kongan Hanoi have got a sniff of victory unless Buriram pull that away, and there we go. Well, Allen did not have too many teammates around, but he had 3 men in blue on his tail. And Nguyen Quang Hai will be more than eager to take that corner. That Kongan Hanoi will definitely want to score as many goals as they can, because they do know they're pretty much kings of their castle in Hanoi. But when you are playing Buriram at home, it's an entirely different story. So using home advantage could probably be one of the wisest plans by either team. Garcia says a lot, will get on top of it. Dion. I always thought it was a very interesting name, Dion. Always reminds me of the singer that I used to listen to in childhood days, Dion and the Belmonts. It's a very unique name. Sasalak, decent interception. It's taken away by the opposition's captain. That was sneaky from Nguyen Quang Hai. Here's bent down Jason Kwong. Jason will get it back to Leo Arthur. He's got it into the box, and Allen will be denied this time. Didn't get entirely in control of that. Straight out there, Allen did get a foot to it. I thought there was a touch of Sasalak, but there wasn't really. It didn't come off his shoulder, it didn't seem like it. Oh, definitely didn't. It's a touch I would prom. It's got a very interesting colour on. That shade of blue, it's almost bordering it's turquoise, then yeah, just catch me for butchering the color. But it does look like it. It's a very interesting color. And well, only when, you know, thanks to a cameraman, when you get really up close to the goalkeepers, you can actually look at some of the designs on the current jerseys, and you know, well, even the shots for the different clubs and national teams is just outstanding. I mean, gone are the days when you had just plain colors. You're looking at designer cuts right down to even the collars and the sleeves. And it comes as no surprise. Having said that, Buriram United in Thailand remain the third biggest club in terms of popularity, behind two British clubs, Liverpool and Manchester United. But beside that, the amount of jerseys that they have sold and continue to sell, it's just crazy. And this time, it's Nguyen Quang Hai. Well, it gets a bit of payback as he receives a caution. The captain just returning the favor, and it's Tirathan Bunmathan at the receiving end.
Thẻ vàng cho câu lạc bộ Công an Hà Nội, cầu thủ số 19 Nguyễn Quang Hải. Yellow card for Công an Hà Nội, player number 19 Nguyễn Quang Hải.
Well, to be fair to him, was reaching for the ball as well. Intentional or not, but here we go. Half-time at the Hangdae Stadium as Kongan Hanoi take a single-goal lead into the break. It's been a very well-contested first half of play, as Buriram United also played, you know, to the best of their skills. So that first goal scored by Leo Arthur. Then, of course, the equalizer coming from Curtis Edward Good for Buriram, and then the lead restored by Allen on 35 minutes for Kongan Hanoi. So it's Kongan Hanoi FC 2, Buriram United 1 at halftime. Let's very quickly take a look at, well, how this match played out and what the teams did before we can get into a bit of a break and then resume our coverage of this event when second half kicks in. And there we go, 52% possession for the home team, 48 for Buriram, 6 attempts for the home team compared to 3 of Buriram's attempts on target, 4 for Kongan Hanoi, 2 for Buriram. And the passes, 163 for Kongan Hanoi, 157 for Buriram. It's been very close, very, very close. So don't forget, we'll be back in just a little bit when second half kicks in this exciting first leg of the final in the Shopee Cup 2024-25.
và đặc biệt của đến Shopee Xu dùng để giảm giá khi mua hàng trên Shopee. Vậy nên nếu các bạn chưa có tải app Shopee tại Apple Store và sẽ các bạn nhé. Và cách lắc xu cực kỳ đơn giản, các bạn chỉ cần lắc mạnh, các bạn sẽ có Shopee. Đặc biệt hơn là ngày hôm nay rất nhiều camera đang soi khắp bàn đài của các bạn. Các bạn chỉ cần bắt được khoảnh khắc các bạn đang cầm điện thoại lắc siêu xu nó đã xuất hiện trên màn hình lớn, và các bạn sẽ có cơ hội nhận được trở thành khán giả may mắn nhận được Shopee Xu cũng như là những phần quà may mắn từ Adidas. Hai khán giả may mắn xuất hiện trên màn hình đang trong dãy. Các bạn sẽ nhận những phần quà Adidas nha. Vậy nên là những điều nhảy thật đâu đấy các bạn sẽ trở thành người chiến thắng nha. Các bạn chiến thắng cần phải đi đâu hết, ban tổ chức sẽ mang quà của Adidas các bạn. Và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ cùng xem một video hướng dẫn cách lắc xu nhá. Chơi game vui, chìa khò 30 triệu xu cực đã, chỉ có ở Shopee Cup lắc siêu xu ngày 14 tháng 5 và 21 tháng 5. Vào ngay app Shopee, bấm tay con giải thưởng Shopee, chọn game lắc siêu xu và 3, 2, 1 lắc xu ngay. Hãy lắc xu thật nhanh để được chia kho xu lên đến 30 triệu xu. Còn chần chờ gì nữa, app Shopee và tham gia ngay. Rồi mọi người ơi, hiện tại mình đang ở khán đài, tất cả khán giả ở đây và các bạn thân mến, chúng ta vừa xem xong hướng dẫn lắc xu và bây giờ thì mình sẽ hướng dẫn nhanh lại mọi người một lần nữa nhé. Các bạn hãy nhanh tay mở app Shopee tại trang chủ của Shopee. Các bạn sẽ thấy ngay một cái icon là săn ngay. Rồi, ok, các bạn ấn vào, các bạn kéo xuống sẽ thấy một phần là lắc siêu xu, tổng kho xu 30 triệu xu. Các bạn nhấn vào khung một kho xu lên đến 30 triệu xu. Một lát nữa rồi chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau là chơi ngay. Các bạn nhấn vào phần chơi ngay nha, và một lát nữa sẽ có phần bắt đầu. Thì các bạn nhớ là mình khi mà chúng ta mới cùng nhau bấm lắc xu nha, bởi vì khi đó shake cam mới hoạt động. Shake cam để cái khoảnh khắc bạn đang lắc xu và các bạn sẽ có hội nhận được những phần quà của trị giá hơn. Nhưng thật kỹ là muốn nhận quà rồi đã các bạn cần phải lắc thật mạnh và được camera bắt cái khoảnh khắc của bạn trên màn hình lớn. Và khi các bạn thắng không cần phải gì hết, không cần phải đi đâu cả, bởi vì ban tổ chức sẽ mang từ Adidas từ các bạn nhé. Rồi mọi người đã sẵn sàng chưa ạ? Mọi người đã sẵn sàng để lắc xu chưa ạ? Xin mời màn hình đếm ngược cùng mình với ạ. Rồi còn bao nhiêu giây nữa? 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lắc xu ngay mọi người, lắc xu đi nào. Lắc đi nào, có ai lắc không ạ? Lắc đi ơi, lắc đi nào. Rồi ai sẽ là khán giả may mắn đầu tiên nhận được phần thưởng trị giá 3 triệu Shopee đấy, từ Adidas đây mọi người ơi. Đâu các bạn phải lắc xu nào, hãy cho mình cái màn hình lắc xu của bạn nào mọi người ơi. Có ai lắc không ạ? Có ai lắc không ạ? Không ai lắc à? Màn hình đâu? Màn hình đâu? Đây. Màn hình đây. Chúng ta đã có bạn khán giả đúng không ạ? Bạn khán giả đâu ạ? Ok, chúng ta đã có bạn khán giả đầu tiên. Trúng rồi. Xin chúc mừng bạn khán giả của chúng ta đã được một quà từ Bắc xu nhé mọi người ơi. Mọi người ơi, ở phía bên này vẫn có những người lắc xu này. Rồi, giơ điện thoại nào, giơ điện thoại lên màn hình nào. Ok, chúng ta đã có một khán giả tiếp theo nhận được một phần quà của Adidas trị giá 3 triệu nhé. Rất nhiều những người đã lắc xu của chúng ta. Tuy nhiên là chúng ta chỉ có 2 phần quà của Adidas thôi. Nhưng mà mọi người thấy là mọi người đã có rất nhiều xu từ Shopee rồi đúng không ạ? Ok, các bạn thân mến, một lần nữa là những bạn khán giả nào đã nhận được phần quà của Adidas có người đi đâu hết. Chỉ cần ngồi hiện tại ban tổ chức sẽ mang phần quà của Adidas đến các bạn nhé. Và trước khi chúng ta đến với phần tiếp theo, hiệp 2 của trận đấu, thì sẽ có một số thông tin cực kỳ quan trọng cho các bạn. Đây là từ ngày 12 tháng 5 đến ngày 15 tháng 5, Shopee đang diễn ra chương trình là 15 tháng 5 ngày 15 sale giữa tháng với hàng loạt ưu đãi cực kỳ hấp dẫn. Shopee Mall hàng loạt deal mua một hot SPay Later, mua trước trả sau, thanh toán dễ dàng với trả góp 0%, phí ship, mua hàng chốt đơn thả ga, hàng Công, hàng nặng
free ship, voucher free ship lên đến 500.000 đồng. Vậy nên hãy nhanh chóng tải app Shopee và tham gia ngày 15 tháng 5 Shopee sale đơn hàng các bạn nhé. Ok, cảm ơn mọi người rất là nhiều. Cảm ơn mọi người. Tất cả mọi người sẵn sàng. Tất cả mọi cổ động viên ở sân vận động hàng đẩy lên. Cho tôi thấy cánh tay của các bạn nào. Bây giờ đến 1, 2, 3 các bạn đều reo hò Công an Hà Nội nha. 1, 2, 3, Công an Hà Nội.
Welcome back to second half action at the Hangdae Stadium. We are coming at you live It's been a very, very interesting first half in this first leg of the final in the ASEAN Shopee Cup, or the ASEAN Club Championship Shopee Cup 2024-25. It's been a really exciting one. There's one thing when you get to the finals of an event, you know that there's going to be goals. You know that there's going to be the best of skill on display, and you know that it's going to be as competitive as ever. Everything that you expected in a great final and in the first leg, it's already out here. You can see the Kongan Hanoi, banners go up there. You've got the traveling fans here as well from Buriram, but this is the home advantage, home comforts, home fans for Kongan Hanoi. Let's find out what happens in that in the second period of play. Keep in mind the fact that Kongan Hanoi did take a slender lead. It was a single goal advantage into the break, but in an event like this, even a single goal, well, makes a difference. So Buriram United have it all to do now in that next 45, and it's left to be seen how they can actually, well, really step up their game. Because keep in mind the fact that they aren't just the best Thai club, they're one of the most powerful teams in Southeast Asia in club football. Kongan Hanoi, on the other hand, they have put on a fabulous performance in their campaign in 2024-25. As I said earlier, the only game that they lost, whether it was home or away, was basically to PSM Makassar in the first leg of the semi-final, and that was it. Otherwise, they won all their games. So it's been a very, very interesting contest for them. It's like they really are dedicated to the cause, and they put this tournament above everything else. So it's going to be interesting to see how they finish in the event, this year, and how does Buriram finish. But for now, that's still a long way to go, and we're happy about that. Let's get into the next 45 as Kongan Hanoi will restart the action. Well, Allen has been a bit of a thorn in the side of Buriram United. Those are the goals scored. Leo Arthur and Allen, well, scoring for Buriram United. And the only goal for, it was Leo Arthur and Allen scoring for Kongan Hanoi. And the only goal for Buriram United coming from Curtis Good. So the Thai club are still a goal behind. There's a good bit of time in this second half of play. Straight back here to Trandin Trong. Here's Long, setting it forward, intercepted there. Chai Cools earlier. Peter Zolj. Flip. Philip just sending the ball back to his defender. From pass there from Vital. It's Long back again, finding Hugo Gomes. Looks like Allen is looking to find the gap. Just a bit of damage control being done there by the Buriram defense. I'm sure Allen was just telling his teammate that you gotta just read where I'm gonna send that ball. It's one of the interesting elements in a tournament like this. Well, that's an excellent stop there by Nguyen Philip. Well, when you go one-on-one with the keeper, you definitely want to take advantage of that. Not the strongest strike here from, you would have thought, from Buriram, but that, I think he was also just in doubt of whether he was offside or not. Such a key player for the team, Supachai Chaidet. excellent talent, you know, for Thailand. Just shows, not really, but can't compare him, but always, sometimes I'm reminded of a young Thirasil Dangara. And Thirasil in his day, well, he was just an outstanding striker. Well, still is a great talent, and you know, has been of great service, not just to the clubs he's played for, but also for his country. 7 attempts on goal for Kongan Hanoi as compared to Buriram's 4. And I was just saying how Kongan Hanoi plays a more balanced game. Buriram United is a more attacking team. I've just had to eat my words for that first half. Now here goes Dion back again. He's trying to find a way through, but only meets with resistance there. Right in the path was Boy Hong. He's another good talent to watch in action. And a lot of these lads, of course, now will be drafted into, well, the national team if they aren't already there, and that's the reason why they've got their coach Kim San-sik, who's right there in the stands. Well, just in case you didn't know this, of course, Boy Hong Vietnam, who works mainly, you know, as a centre-back or defensive midfielder, 26 years old. He's actually the vice captain of the team too, of well, Kongan Hanoi. He's been a part of the Vietnamese national squad since 2022 with 23 appearances and a single goal. He's played in the past for Hanoi, then was loaned out to Hong Lin Ha Tin, and with Kongan Hanoi since well, 2023. We've got a player down. Looks like it's Levando. It's not looking good because the referee is that the vice captain. We've got to have a look. Fans are concerned. It's Basoli, and it's actually Boy Huang. I think he got a foot to his face. I was just talking about him. Oh, he definitely did get a foot to the jaw. That's Boy Huang Vietnam. Well, I don't think it was intentional, but it was still a high foot. And Guilherme Basoli saying, you know, it was not my intent. And I think referee Kim Hee-gon has done well just to have a chat with him too. Doesn't want the situation to escalate. He says, I do understand. And Boy Huang Vietnam saying it was intentional. It's one of the greatest things in football, isn't it? Well, even though we have injuries, and some of them, of course, can be really detrimental, but Basoli has picked up a caution. I think it's a good call because it's a high foot. Intentional or not, it's definitely a high foot. It's well done there by the referee. Says, let's get on with it, mate. Let's get on with the game. So, one caution there for Kongan Hanoi, 2 for Buriram United. Remember, Thirathon Bunmathan also picked up 1. And Guilherme Basoli Campos picking up 1 as well. Both the captains have a yellow card. That's keeping the pace, if you ask me. And Zulj has picked up 1 too. But this time it's Alan who's at the receiving end, and Peter Zulj saying, not intentional, buddy. So 3 cautions there. That's a bit surprising. Peter Antonio Zulj. That's what transpired. It was Alan, and Zulj right behind him will tackle from behind, so definitely a card deserved. There's no doubt about it. That was a blatant tackle. fouls for Buriram United as compared to 7 for Kongan Hanoi. Kongan Hanoi have been known as, they're called the Wall, sometimes the Horses. They're also simply known as Khan or C-A-H-N. Allen trying to hold his own there. The previous club was known as Kongan Nandan, which was actually the People's Public Security Football Club. Now, of course, it's simply known as Kongan Hanoi, which is the Hanoi Public Security Football Club. Or in other terms, it's actually the police club, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not a chance this time around, and it looks like we've got another collision in there. Allen, I think, may have collided. That's with Ko Myung-seok. Oh, definitely a clash of heads. Both lads going, for the ball there. That's pretty hard. They'll get back to the action as Chachaiput Prom will take the kick. 10 minutes into that second period already, and looks like we were just getting started. And it's still 2-1, Kongan Hanoi holding the lead here. We've had a few clashes. Well, it is going to get more intense than it already is, so there's no doubt about it. But I think, all said and done, the referees kept them very, very good. Bit of order in the match. But I don't know if you had a chance to catch a few glimpses of that Shopee halftime shake. It's just such a thrill to see the fans. There's so many of the younger ones here today as well, who've come in with their families, and it's such a joy to watch them in action. So excited, always so enthusiastic. Any bit of defensive work will do, and this time Thron. Just get the ball away. Here's Roy Hong. And Lucas with the pull. Lucas is back up and about. Doesn't take too much time. And he gets it up against Thron. Tiruthon. It's right in the path there of Jason. Meanwhile, Leo Arthur. There might be something in here, but that's a bit of a wild shot. Lavando, well, knows that he just might have missed out on an opportunity. Well, does get a bit of encouragement from his captain. Says, no worries, lad, there's going to be another chance to score. So those attempts will tell you a story, Công An Hanoi, of exactly double, you know, the attempts as Buriram United. Here's Leo Arthur back again. Kom Seok will holding fault for his team. Kiraton finding Basoli. Here's Lucas. Lucas still with it. Curtis sending it back up ahead. And Levando is back to the game. It does look like he has, well, hurt his ankle. He'll try getting up, but he's back down. And I think it just could have been a slight sprain. Slight twist there. Peter Zolj and Hugo having a conversation. Well, Leo Arthur gathers his thoughts. That was such a fantastic assist from Dion. Buriram United might have just squandered one here. Oh, really set that up beautifully. Not taking anything away from the Công An Hanoi defense, but you've got to make use of those, well, moments the best that you can, and it just looks like maybe one missed by Buriram. And here we go back again. This time Dion will only send that ball out of play. Oh, isn't that great when you have a jersey that reads Cools? That's his full name, Dion Johan Chai Cools. It's got to be the coolest surname ever. He's played a very, very important part for Buriram as well in today's game. Well, we passed the hour mark here, and it's still Công An Hanoi who lead by a single goal. There's still, well, pretty much half an hour left in this game, and let's not forget there'll be a bit of added time thrown in for stoppages. Hanoi mean business here. Now here's Allen in the box, was looking to set it up for Witao. And straight off Levando's foot, Sasalak will be happy. And Sasalak Hypercon. Well, 3 men in red in the box, and Allen was in there with Witao as well. Did have a bit of resistance from Kom Seok. So no worries as of now for the teams. But having said that, there can always be a problem going ahead. So Buriram United have got to plan their moves really well here. Having said that, we did look back at their performance. They've been very, very good, you know, through the entire, well, season on the domestic front. Their manager, Osmar Los Vieira, simply Osmar, has brought in a good style of play into the team. Lucas is back up and about. I think did get a push there from, well, Tranden Trong. He was not happy about it. We also got a change coming on here as Pithiwat. Pithiwat, Sukic Tamakul will come in and he replaces Tirathon Bunmatan. Captain will come off. And well, the lad, of course, who was just ruffling Tirathon's, well, hair with appreciation, and that's Nevin Chinchop, man who's really, well, brought Buriram United to where it is today. He's been very passionate about the club, you know, literally moved heaven and earth to change this club into the best professional club that Thailand have currently. They're a club that are known just not in Thailand but elsewhere. And now Kongan Hanoi have put, and they've always been a popular club, but they've actually put themselves, you know, out there, and those fans that probably did not know of them now do. And I'm not just saying in the Southeast Asian region, but all across Asia as well. Been great with their performance. Lee Arthur, 5 goals for the count. Definitely tapping on the top scorers, well, award for Shopee Cup 24-25. There's no doubt about it. And he's still got, well, a good bit of time to score in today's game, or probably in the second leg as well. Here's Vitao. Something in here for Long. That's going to sail out, which means Sasalak will take the throw-in. Well, things are slowing down a little bit in that second period as compared to the first, and I think the reason for that is they do want to be, well, a bit cautious. Lucas just getting a word there from Vitao. And Lucas not happy at all. There's just been a little bit of bad blood going on there between Tranden Trong and Lucas. I don't think Lucas is too happy about it, and he's picked up a caution. Well, the referee did have his eye on that, there's no doubt about it.
Thẻ vàng cho câu lạc bộ Công an Hà Nội. Cầu thủ số 31 Trần Đình Trọng. Yellow card for Công an Hà Nội.
10 fouls conceded by Buriram, 8 by Kongan Hanoi. Well, the scales were tipping in favor of Buriram as far as this physical altercations were concerned, but Kongan Hanoi are catching up. Here's Lucas. Buriram know that they have to level the playing field as soon as possible. It's their third corner. Lucas will take it. Curtis Good will do the salsa there. I don't think, well, referee Kim Hee-gon is amused at all. Says, come on guys, let's get back. Just stick with the rules. Well, that's punched away. Nguyen Philip just putting an end to that skirmish right in front of him. And I think, well, that's so important. There from Hugo Gomes. Zulj behind it. Gets it back to Pithiwat. There's Chachai Butprom. Quick pass back there from... Oh, that's Nguyen Philip once again being called into action. Chai that has the captain's armband on. That just came in out of the blue from Lucas, and that's a good save. Nguyen Philip, alert to the danger here. Don't forget that Lucas has been instrumental in a lot of the work that's been done for the team in this tournament here. Opportunity for Buriram United. They will relish every one that they can get. It is also time does the honors. A header there that will be stopped. And Curtis Good could have just netted a brace, you would have thought. He would have been so excited. There's no doubt about it. Oh, 10 on 10 there for those efforts by Curtis Good. But Nguyen Philip will hold guard. Once again, Buriram United might have another opportunity in the arc. Nothing's going to come of that. Lucas just doing his bit. Curtis Good goes down on his knees, not intentionally. So, just looking back at Lucas the Figueiredo Crispin plays as an attacking midfielder or a winger. Very, very strong. He has played for Santos, Vasco da Gama, Sao Bento, Guarani, Fortaleza, and with Buriram since last year. Here's Allen. That creates all sorts of worries for the opposition. It's back to Leo. Nguyen Quang Hai. The ball was pulled away from him. Here's Thron. And Basoli getting it to Zulj, back to Basoli. Here's Pithiwat. Pithiwat finding Long. Big pass forward from Pithiwat. Long gets an arm there from Peter Zulj. 73 minutes in. We've also got a few changes coming on here for Kongon Hanoi as Pamwon Duck will come in. Looks like he's going to be replacing Leo Arthur. And then, well, Long and Wanton will be replaced by Xuan Tin and Wantan. So Bui Xuan Tin and Bu Wantan are in now as well, along with Pamwon Duck. Well, very midfield heavy, all three actually midfielders. I do believe that Coach Alexandra Polking would have, well, a very good idea of, well, what to do with his substitutions. So now Buriram United, of course, for the first time, well, holding more possession, 52%, as compared to Kongan Hanoi's 48. It's a refreshing change, actually, but you always want to see the scales tip, you know, back and forth a bit. Alexandra Mano Polking, former winger for Apoel, Olympiakos Nicosia and Armenia, Bielefeld amongst others. He has, well, he's got an interesting career. You know, he's managed Supanpuri, Bangkok United. He's also managed Ho Chi Minh City, the Thailand under-23 team. And, well, Thailand from 2021 to 2023, and with Kongan Hanoi from 2024. Just to refresh the score for you, it's Kongan Hanoi 2, Buriram United 1. But don't forget, we've got the star of the match coming up, and there's a teaser of it there as well. It's always good to see a star of the match because that's the most important player. The lad who puts in the best effort, or the most, well, vital or important, well, role that is played out by him. So we'll find out later on. Yes, Curtis good. Gets Sasalak in. That's pulled away by Pamwon Duck.
cho câu lạc bộ Buriram United được ghi bởi cầu thủ số 44 Peter Antonio Julie. Goal for Buriram United by player number 44 Peter Antonio Julie.
So that was an excellent goal that came in from, well, Peter Zulj. What an event. What an event. Well, it was first kept away by Nguyen Philip, but Zulj just climbing in on it and Boy Huang unable to stop it. This was certainly a fantastic bit of thinking on the part of Peter Zulj. Buriram United are back on level terms, and Southeast Asia's finest clubs are taking this game to a new level. This has to be the best game of the Shopee Cup 2024-25 till now. So it's very interesting how things have played out here. Bisoli with a very loose strike was goal bound. Nguyen Philip was able to keep it away. And this time, Budprom will come out of position. Oh, that is good backup there from Sosolok. Buriram United now are grouping together in defence because they do know that the home team are hungry for that lead once again. 81 minutes in. 81 minutes. And it's 2-2. Even Stevens here, anyone's game to win in the first leg of the final. Well, this is exactly what was needed. Exactly what was needed, you would think, for, you know, the travelling team. But Kongan Hanoi will be very keen on restoring that lead, because if they get the advantage in the first leg, it's going to serve them well when they do travel. Having said that, Buriram United have come in with a purpose as well. Lucas. From. Well, just a bit of relief for him, a bit of stress off his shoulders. So Buriram United have, well, turned on the heat here in the second period of play. 7 attempts on goal as compared to 4 for Kongan Hanoi. Oh, it's been a really, really interesting affair between these two. And it's such a story to tell, it's such a story to write about at the end of the day, because keep in mind the fact that both these teams were in Group B. And if you look back at that first game that was played out, it was between these two, you know, in the group. And it was Kongan Hanoi that got the better of Buriram United. Having said that, that was the group stage. This is the final. And in the final, you're going to find every player literally playing out of his skin. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. And it looks like we've got another casualty. So very quickly, well, the referee will gauge the situation, check it on what could have transpired. Oh, definitely Bisoli there. So Bisoli with the nudge, and it is Boy Huang Vietnam. Was a challenge there by the Buriram striker. So it's 2-2 as it stands. There's still a good bit of time left here. And by that I mean we're just 5 minutes shy of hitting the 90, but we've had quite a few stoppages on the pitch, which means there is going to be a good bit of added time. Don't forget, when it comes to picking out that star of the match, I think it's going to be a bit of a difficult choice. You've had two very strong teams. You've had, you know, strong contributors on either side. And I think the officials are going to have a tough one. They're going to have, well, a really tough one picking out the right player here. And it will be the deserved one, there's no doubt about it. But corner opportunity. Buriram United. Can they take the lead here? Well, not for now, as Hugo Gomes will clear the danger for the time being. While Zilj wants to see his side score another one. But Jason just doing what is needed to help out. And we've got Rathanakon Kami who will come in. And it's Lucas who will step out. An excellent talent to watch as always, Lucas.
Câu lạc bộ Buriram United có sự thay đổi cầu thủ. Cầu thủ số 10
Lucas
Lucas Crispin được thay thế bởi cầu thủ số 8
In for Lucas, it's Rathanakon Maikami. Fresh pair of feet will always help out, and Buriram United, well, that glance won't find the target, but the intent from Buriram very clear, and it's Pithiwat. He's got the pace factor about him, Pithiwat. He's a quick thinker as well. Sends that away from the target, and he knows it could have been the winning goal in the first leg.
The shot is here. Enjoy. Okay. But shot. They push the shot.
So it's a very, very interesting very interesting, well, affair so far. We've also got another change coming on, and this time it's for, well, the home club. And Tranden Trong comes off, and replacing him, it's Havan Pong. Well, he's had his moments here today, Tranden Trong. He has played a good role. So a couple of good lads in there, you know, who really played a stellar part for their team right through, not only for Kongan Hanoi, but for, you know, Buriram United as well. If you just look back to, you know, that first, well, game that was played out, and it was an entirely different, you know, affair by itself. Now that's quick thinking on the part of Good, but also looks like he's, well, hurt his leg. Curtis Good. And it was Boy Xuan Thin who got up close and personal. Well, that's so important. You know, you've just got to grab every single opportunity that you get. And that's exactly what the lads have been doing. But I do believe that, well, Curtis Edward Good has got a cramp. But he's played a very, very important role, starting with that, you know, goal. The first goal for Buriram United that he struck. And that's where it looks like he's just pulled a muscle. And you would think to yourself, you know, how do professional athletes really get there? Well, think about the strain right through the day, and every time you stretch your foot, regardless of how fit you are, sometimes just the wrong angle, just a bit of a slip on one of your feet, and that could do it. Fifth corner here for Kongan Hanoi. Fernando doing the honors for his team. On the outside, here's Pamwan Duck.
Sẽ có 7 phút bù giờ chưa thi đấu thứ hai.
Well, that's a good stop there from Chokchai Butprom.
There will be 7 minutes at a time.
And I do believe that, well, the Konghai Hanoi spectators are really on their feet there. 7 minutes of added time. We've just crossed the 90 here. 7 minutes of added time. And I did say we'd have a good bit. That was definitely goal bound, but it actually didn't even get to the hands of Chokchai. Straight off the woodwork. Chokchai Butprom had it covered, no doubt about it. So straight off the woodwork there. Konghai Hanoi might have just had that third goal. There's always going to be room for more goals, and with a little over 6 minutes left, well, both these teams are playing this game like it was the last one of the tournament, and you have to do that. It's a final after all, regardless of whether it's first leg or second leg. You never ever want to leave unfinished business. Hugo will get it back to Nguyen Philip. Philip finding Jason. Jason, well, will draw in Wai Xuan Thin, who's been quite an impressive player and since he's, well, set foot onto the pitch. Here's Vitao. Hugo back again. Hugo was looking, well, for his teammate. That would have been a good setup there by Lavando. But that is quick defensive work. Well, excellent work being done there. Hansa Hembabun well able to clear the danger at the right time.
Câu lạc bộ Buriram chưa tất có sự thay đổi cầu thủ. Cầu thủ số 6 Dustin Good được thay thế bởi cầu thủ số 18 Asis Stephenberg. Cầu thủ số 7 Graham Bissoli được thay thế bởi cầu thủ số 95 Sexton.
So Bissoli has been, well, substituted, and well, so has Curtis Good. I think it's a good thing that Curtis Good has come off. You wouldn't want to risk, you know, losing him for any of the future encounters that Buriram have, especially the second leg of this final. And replacing them, of course, was Atit Stephenberg and Sexton Rathri. So you've definitely got, well, a fresh pair of two. Well, not one. Talking of a fresh pair of feet. So there's still just about a little over 2 minutes left in this game. Konghai Hanoi 2, Buriram United 2, and that's the current score here at the Hangdae Stadium. Just a reminder that this is, well, pretty much the event that we've all been waiting for in Southeast Asian club football. And it is Southeast Asia's finest clubs here contesting the first leg of the final in the ASEAN Club Championship Shopee Cup 2024-25. We were coming at you live, we are coming at you live, and we will be coming at you live even from Buriram when the second leg kicks in. Chachai Prom, he's had a tiring day at the office, no doubt. You know, Kongan Hanoi have kept him on his toes. And I do believe that Nguyen Philip has had a lot of work to do. That's, you know, the Kongan Hanoi keeper in the second half of play. In the first half, it definitely was Kongan Hanoi who were the more attacking team. But I'm sure when we get those statistics up, it's just going to show how Buriram United switched gears in that second half of play. But Kongan Hanoi just playing their part superbly well. I don't think, I mean, you know, fans of either side are just going to be, they will be disappointed if their team doesn't win the first leg or, you know, doesn't win the tournament in the end. But nobody today has any reason to complain because it's been such a thrilling encounter. And fans of both sides have had, you know, can take joy from the fact that their teams have really performed to the best that they can. Here's Peter Zulj. And that's full time at the Hangdae Stadium as referee Kim Hee-gon calls this game to an end. What an event it's been. What a fantastic event. Well, it was pretty much Kongan Hanoi who led the way in that first period of play with 2 goals coming. One from, well, Leo Arthur and, that second goal that really put them ahead from Allen. So it was a very, very interesting first half. And the only goal that came in was from, well, Good. But Zul just rectifying things later to make it 2-2. So that's the final score here. It is, well, Kongan Hanoi 2, Buriram United 2. We've got the star of the match coming up, and we also have a very quick look to see how things well panned out. So there we go, 48% possession for Buriram United and 52% for Kongan Hanoi at full time. Accuracy of passes, 76% for Kongan Hanoi, 73% for Buriram. 6 corners apiece. It was a very evenly matched affair. So that's pretty much it from me, Glenn Mascarenas. It's time for me to shut shop and ship out of here, but I'll join you again on the 21st of May in the second leg of the Shopee Cup 2024-25, and that's when these teams will get back on level footing to find out who will become kings of ASEAN club football. Don't forget to join us then. Bye-bye for now.
Kính thưa các quý khán giả, chúng tôi xin vinh danh cầu thủ xuất sắc nhất đấu Shopping Star of the Match, cầu thủ số 19, Nguyễn Quốc Hải, đến từ câu lạc bộ Công an Hà Nội, người đã từng xuất sắc trong trận đấu ngày hôm nay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the honor to present the Shopping Star of the Match award to player number 19, Nguyễn Quốc Hải, from Công an Hà Nội, for his excellent performance in the match.
yesterday your team played quite aggressively with several fouls. How much difficulty did Công an Hà Nội make for your team?
ก็วันนี้เราเล่นค่อนข้างดุดันมากมีฟาวล์หลายจังหวะในเกมนะครับคิดว่าเกมนี้เป็นไงบ้างครับ
ครับก็เกมนี้ก็ทั้งสองทีมก็เล่นด้วยเกมเร็วแล้วก็เป็นเกมที่น่าอึดอัดเหมือนกันเพราะว่าตรงฮานานอยก็วันนี้ก็วางแท็กติกมาค่อนข้างดีครับแล้วก็ทำให้เกมของบุรีรัมย์ในวันนี้ก็อึดอัดแต่ว่าเราก็กลับมาได้ในช่วงครึ่งเวลาหลัง
The both team play quick and Công an Hanoi plan the game very well but Buriram come back second half.
Tôi có câu hỏi, Thirathon là ngày hôm nay thì đội bạn chơi khá rắn với rất nhiều những tình huống phạm lỗi thì những cái khó khăn như thế nào mà Công an Hà Nội đã mang đến cho các bạn thì Thirathon có trả lời rằng là ngày hôm nay thì cả hai đội đều thi đấu rất là nhanh, thế nên dẫn đến những cái tình huống phạm lỗi như vậy. Tuy nhiên thì hiệp 1 thì câu lạc bộ Công an Hà Nội thi đấu tốt hơn, còn hiệp 2 thì là hiệp đấu của chúng tôi. I noticed you seem to pay close attention to Quang Hải throughout the match. So how dangerous is he in your opinion?
อุ้มคิดว่าเล่นไอ้ควงไห่เป็นยังไงบ้างเพราะเนี่ยเราก็ตามติดกัน2คนตลอดเวลาแล้วเกมวันนี้กับควงไห่
ผมว่าก็เป็นจังหวะฟุตบอลมากกว่าก็ไม่มีอะไรให้น่าตื่นเต้นเท่าไหร่อยากจะได้อะไรจากผมมากสัมภาษณ์นี้
It's not really nothing but because football is entertaining and then we play tight together with ควงไห่
Trong các buổi tập thì chúng tôi luôn có những cái sự chú ý đến Quang Hải và huấn luyện viên cũng nói với tôi là hãy tập trung vào cầu thủ ấy. With the second leg taking place on your home ground, do you believe that it will give your team an advantage in the race for the title?
กับเล่นในบ้านคิดว่าได้เปรียบเราจะคว้าแชมป์ได้ไหม
แน่นอนครับก็เราก็จะพยายามทำให้ดีที่สุดแล้วก็คว้าแชมป์ในบ้านของเราให้ได้
Of course we do our best and try to get the trophy at home.
Ok. Câu hỏi cuối cùng mà tôi dành cho Thirathon là có một trận đấu lượt về sẽ diễn ra trên sân nhà. Bạn có tin rằng đây sẽ là lợi thế cho Buriram United để bạn có thể giành được danh hiệu hay không? Chắc chắn rồi, chúng tôi sẽ làm mọi thứ làm tốt nhất có thể để có thể giành được chiếc cúp ở trên sân nhà. Thank you Thirathon. Yes, thank you. Bắt đầu. What was the biggest challenge the opponents posed for you today? What was the biggest challenge the opponents posed for you today?
I think we made a mistake with set pieces about the corner kick. We prepared for it yesterday a lot, but unfortunately we didn't make it and conceded a goal just right after the corner kick. So I think this was the biggest mistake of us.
Câu hỏi mà tôi dành cho Philip Nguyễn là ngày hôm nay thì đối thủ đã mang đến những thử thách như thế nào cho Philip Nguyễn, thì Philip Nguyễn có trả lời rằng là thực sự là chúng tôi rất đáng tiếc bởi vì là cái bàn thua mà chúng tôi phải nhận chúng tôi đã tập luyện rất kỹ vào ngày hôm qua, tuy nhiên thì cuối cùng thì lại phải nhận cái điều này thì thực sự là cảm thấy rất là đáng tiếc. I noticed you seem unable to secure a win today. What are your thoughts on the challenge that lie ahead in the second leg?
I think we should win this game because in Bangkok it will be very difficult. We were leading 2-1 and I think we should keep it like this. Of course we were run out of powers, so it was a little bit difficult, but we played really good. We created many chances. We just didn't convert it to the goal. So yeah, I think this was the biggest difference because they scored 2 goals easily. And we needed many chances to score goals. So, the second leg, we must score goals from these chances.
Câu hỏi dành cho Philip Nguyễn là không thể có được chiến thắng ngày hôm nay thì bạn nghĩ sao về những thử thách đang chờ đợi ở phía trước? Thì Philip Nguyễn có nói rằng ngày hôm nay thì toàn đội đã chơi rất tốt, chúng tôi đã tạo ra được rất nhiều cơ hội, tuy nhiên thì không thể chuyển hóa thành được bàn thắng. Dĩ nhiên là việc mà không thể có được một chiến thắng ở trên sân nhà sẽ gây cho chúng tôi khá nhiều bất lợi ở trận đấu lượt về. Tuy nhiên thì Philip Nguyễn của toàn đội sẽ cố gắng hết sức để có thể có được những kết quả tốt nhất ở trận lượt về. Okay, last question. It was a match where the opponents played quite aggressively with several fouls. So how did that feel for you, Philip?
Actually, I like this because this is the biggest difference between V-League and international games because referees didn't blow whistle as much like in V-League, and I also think that our players are not used on it, but it was same for the both sides. I think referee did a good game, so yeah, I think we must get used on this, and yeah.
Ok. Câu hỏi mà tôi dành cho Philip Nguyễn là đây là một trận đấu mà đối thủ chơi khá là rắn với rất nhiều tình huống phạm lỗi thì Philip Nguyễn cảm thấy như thế nào? Philip Nguyễn nói rằng đó chính là sự khác biệt giữa các trọng tài ở các giải đấu quốc tế và các trọng tài ở V-League thì họ sẽ có những cái ứng xử rất là khác nhau và ngày hôm nay thì bạn ấy tôn trọng tất cả những cái quyết định của trọng tài trận đấu này. Thank you Philip Nguyễn and good luck to the next match. Thank you. Một trận đấu mà đối thủ chơi khá rát với nhiều tình huống phạm lỗi thì Đình Trọng cảm thấy thế nào về màn trình diễn của đối thủ ở trận đấu ngày hôm nay?
Màn trình diễn của đối thủ ạ. Thật sự thì trước trận đấu này thì toàn đội cũng đã tập trung và luôn luôn biết là đối thủ là cực kỳ mạnh khi giải đấu quốc nội cũng như là giải đấu quốc tế của họ trong mùa giải năm nay với phong độ rất là tốt và em nghĩ là cái phong độ hôm nay thể hiện đúng với đẳng cấp của họ.
Không thể giữ vững lợi thế dẫn bàn cho đến khi trận đấu khép lại thì Đình Trọng đang cảm thấy như thế nào?
Thật sự thì em cũng như là toàn đội cảm thấy rất là tiếc, mặc dù là cả hai đội đều có những cái tình huống nhất định của mình nhưng mà toàn đội cũng đã tập trung cho trận đấu này trên sân nhà với khán giả nhà bằng một chiến thắng nhưng rất là tiếc khi không thể hoàn thành được nhiệm vụ.
Chúng ta có một trận lượt về thi đấu tại sân khách. Đình Trọng thì nếu như mình nhớ không lầm thì đã từng có cơ hội thi đấu tại Buriram rồi đúng không?
Dạ.
Vậy thì bạn cảm thấy nào về không khí trên sân vận động này?
Em nghĩ là cái sân vận động Buriram là một sân vận động chất lượng. Em cũng đã may mắn có một dịp được thi đấu ở đó và sân đấu cũng như là chất lượng mặt sân cũng như là cái phần tổ chức thì em nghĩ là đó sẽ là một trận đấu đỉnh cao trong trận đấu sắp tới.
Quyết tâm của Đình Trọng và toàn đội ở trận đấu lượt về ra sao?
Chắc chắn là toàn đội cũng như là em sẽ để lại cái tiếc nuối ngày hôm nay và sẽ tập trung cho trận đấu chung kết lượt về trên đất Thái. Bọn em sẽ cố gắng hết sức.
Cảm ơn Đình Trọng và chúc đội may mắn trận đấu tiếp theo. Thank you.
Welcome to the Hongdae Stadium where the cream of the ASEAN clubs have got together here. That is a super pass from the captain. Now here goes Allen. And the captain will be denied. Well, here's Nguyen Quang Hai back again. Allen steps in. Nguyen Quang Hai with that twist. Alert to the danger here is Chachai Butprom. It's a good save there. Allen chasing it down. Well, it's got it past. Well, that looks like it might be dangerous, but Nguyen Philip has got it covered. Well, Zulch there, picking his man out well first. Here's Allen back again. Lavando! There might be something in here back again. Allen's been such a mover. And Lavando, well, unable to find the target. And that's picked up safely by Chachai Butprom. Here's Nguyen Quang Hai back again, puts it into space, and that's a lovely sidestep, and what a goal! What an absolutely clinical strike there from Leo Arthur as Kongan Hanoi take the lead. It's 1-0. Well, that is absolutely clinical and copybook football from the home team here. Alexander Polking has got reason to celebrate. Those flares have gone off. And here's Super Troy! Kept away by Nguyen Philip. Zulch takes the corner. And Curtis Good has just leveled the playing field for Buriram United. That is a perfect glance and very deceptive. So it's 1-1. Still here. There might be something in here for Kongan Hanoi. Allen gets to it! And Allen restoring the lead for the home team. It's 2-1. Smart thinking on the part of Allen with that left footer. And that's got past Chachai Butprom. That is some intelligent play there from the striker. So 2-1 Kongan Hanoi on 35 minutes. And Polking once again jubilant here. So Kongan Hanoi well, really looking to score as many goals as possible. Now here's super try did. Nguyen Philip staying in his spot once again. Corner opportunity here for Kongan Hanoi. Here's Zulj. Allen will pick it up. Or slips it off to Leo Arthur. Arthur, well, getting Labando! There might be something here for Dion. But the defense of Kongan Hanoi holds strong. There's Basoli. Well, not the smartest attempt there from Dion. Here's Lucas! And that's kept away by Kongan Hanoi keeper. Well, that header, once again, will be kept away by Nguyen Philip. Oh, he's been on high alert, but not this time! Not this time! So Basoli denied by Nguyen Philip, but that header from Zulj will restore parity for Buriram United. It's 2-2 and the Thai club are back in business tonight. Sasalak with the clearance. And that glance won't find the target. Kongan Hanoi hit the woodwork once again.